For my wilder book, I chose to read Nikki Grimes's Garvey's Choice. It is a contemporary realistic fiction story written in the form of Tanaku poetry, which is lines of 5, 7, 5, 7, and 7 syllables. Stanzas range from 1 per unique chapter all the way to 4, so it will be a nice introduction to a small chapter book in the age group of 8 through 12 for the students that it was written for. This book takes place in a modern town, which any child can relate to in USA, where a young boy who is overweight has issues relating to his father because he wants him to be into sports, and his sister, who is a very sports addict. However, his mother does coincide with him and shares that love of chess. He has one good friend by the name of Joe, who not only plays chess with him, enjoys the galaxies and math. However, there is a problem when Joe changes math classes, which changes his lunch schedule, and he has felt isolated and alone, Garvey does, until he meets a young boy named Manny, who challenges him to stand up and try something new. And that something new that he ends up doing is choir. And throughout the story, we see that constant conflict between peers, his dad, his sister, and through Manny, he's able to stand up for himself finally and join that choir. At a big all-school performance, he's able to go out and sing. And Garvey not only is then able to relate to his dad, who was once in a band himself, but was able to acquire the self-help that he needed as well. Students would be able to relate to this because they get to see how difficult it is to form positive relationships, whether it's with friends, general classmates, or even family members. In addition to that fact, we see a theme of self-acceptance, and when Garvey is able to achieve that, he was able to shine in that choir as a regard. A activity that can be added to this, if you don't want to do your poetry unit just yet with these unique Tanaka poems, once again in the form of 5, 7, 5, 7, 7 syllables, could be a diversity line, so students could all stand shoulder to shoulder. A common statement could be made of, hey, I like pizza. If that's true, they step forward. If not, they stay on the line so they can see they have more in common with others than what they realize. This is an excellent read for children, once again, 8 through 12, a very small chapter book with no illustrations that can also introduce poetry to them in a contemporary realistic fiction format.